I hope this is recording. This is an open video. It's addressed to Mr. Holden, the Attorney General. I have a problem. Uh, I have written to you in the past about banking irregularities with uh, Chase Manhattan Bank, uh, how checks have been stolen from my checking account, how I've had to make up money because I didn't have the money to pay the rent because of the stolen checks. Uh, I found out from my union that they pay my Part B. Now that's taken out of my check. So why is Social Security, Medicare getting two payments? Uh, they told me I owed them money, and I had lived out in the streets in San Diego. Went to the hospital twice because I had had a heart attack when I lived in Washington State, and I'm back in Washington State. I want to know what's going on with Social Security. Why are they taking money out of my checks? Supposedly I owe money. But why two payments, one from $11.99, one out of my Social Security check? What is going on? Why can't I get a hearing? Because that's what I asked for in writing in San Diego. And thus far, been almost, 3 years? I have not received a word from Social Security or Medicare. So what's happening? Am I a criminal? Don't I have rights? Or are people who work for Social Security, Medicare, the criminals? What organization are they in that no matter where I go, I get the same answers? Because they don't represent me, and it seems because of the irregularities, they don't represent the government. So please, Attorney General Holden, investigate. Investigate my Social Security. Investigate why checks were stolen. Why, there were times all I had was peanut butter and bread, and sometimes not even that because of the missing checks. Why all of a sudden, because I told Liberty Mutual, my workers' comp, that, this doctor that you recommended is not representing me. He's not helping me. He's letting me live in pain. He gave me an injection. He asked me, has it helped? I said, it seems to have helped, but give it a couple of days. Let me see. And of course, it didn't help. But for his record, he claimed it did. So why is Dr. Kaneko at Swedish Hospital putting down things in my records that I didn't say? Why haven't I gotten special shoes, to help cushion the blows on my knees when I walk. Why can't they give me a real biofeedback? And I have explained to them what biofeedback is to me, how it was in New York. And, still, Dr. Conical put me at Swedish, where he had told me they don't do it that way. So who is Dr. Conical representing? Is it me or the insurance company? These are the kind of doctors they have at Swedish hospital. And I think it's disgusting that they don't consider quality patient care. So why, when he sent me to another doctor, did it, and I had to request 3 times my records going there, and they claimed until the last time that they didn't receive it, even though when I went there, I let them copy the film I had on me of his ultrasound, which he did by himself, putting the needle underneath my kneecap to take out fluid and inject the steroid, which again, the very next day, it was hurting. So, I want to know what's going on. I really do, because I've had too many problems that I shouldn't have. So, Mr. Holden, why do I have to live in housing also where I'm constantly robbed? And I've made constant police reports. From New York to Seattle. New York, I know it was my mother-in-law, who is part of organized crime. So, what is the U.S. government going to do for me? Are there going to be more cover-ups? Or am I finally going to get justice? Because I can tell you who is corrupt from New York to Seattle. Does anybody want to know? Does anybody care for the common man who's worked all his life, who's disabled, who's being abused by a mother-in-law who couldn't even take care of her daughter when her daughter was a small child and had a high fever, which gave her bad kidneys? Did they learn how to do hemodialysis? No. Yes, they did get her 2 kidneys within a year. But it's disgraceful because it seems either the very rich or organized crime runs the United States of America. It doesn't seem that the people in Congress or the Senate are working for the common man. Man, it seems the Republicans are worse than the Democrats. The congressional record needs to be publicized. Which people are voting for what? Yes, I've gone far afield because I am very angry of the abuse of a man who's disabled, 7 spinal cord surgeries, a heart attack, who needs help with his knee, which is supposed to be covered by workers' compensation, Liberty Mutual, who knows I don't want a settlement, but yes, they're going to send a letter to a lawyer who I have fired over 3 years ago, more like 4 or 5 years ago. I've written a letter to Workers' Compensation Board explaining that my attorney has been let go for reasons I won't state. But anybody watching this video should understand. Now, please, copy this video, put it on Facebook, YouTube, whatever. I need justice. It's not fair for a person who has worked all his life to be suffering the way I suffer, to be robbed left and right, to have people constantly making noise and the management denying it where I've been living, from New York to Seattle to California. Everywhere I go, it seems everybody is in helping my mother-in-law. So you figure out what group they're in. People need to start telling on the criminals. And I'm doing that because I'm willing to die now. I've had it. And I want justice. I know when I die, I will get justice. And they will get justice. But then they don't believe in God. Who's running our country? I hope that somebody can get me some justice. Thank you.